I think it's a really interesting one. I think there's a lot around sort of the ethics of how people are using data. It links in a lot with sort of how we're using AI and things like that now in this space. I think it's important to be really clear about what the use of the data is for, and to be really clear about anonymising as much of that data as possible, so that you can be clear to employees, this is the reason why we're collating this data, it's for your benefit, and we are not going to be getting specifics about individuals.
Exactly right. So this isn't about individual performance management. It's about the performance of the team and the performance of the business. Mm-hmm. And potentially, actually, that might mean the business investing in employees to actually improve the experience, mm-hmm. to get the outcomes that the business wants. And that actually means, better work, more interesting work, better engagement from the employees. So it should be aligned actually between both the employee interests and the business interests. So hey, Kat, if you're a CPO or a senior HR leader and you want to bring sort of PX or EX to the executive board, what are some of the ways you go about doing that?
So I think one of the things you can do is, if you think about our employee experience holistic model that we've been talking about as part of this series, and broadening it out from just the employee life cycle to actually think about some of those other really tangible parts of the experience, like the human, the digital, the physical experience, brand alignment, leadership and culture, is actually presenting a holistic view of important data points and insights that help really elevate the story around the investment that you might make in EX and therefore the outcomes that you can achieve. And there's lots of opportunities and things that we'll be releasing as part of one of our new blogs that talk about some of the examples of those metrics and those tangible financial and non-financial benefits that you can bring to life.
So people watching today, could you maybe just give us an example just to bring that to life for everybody?
Sure. So for example, if you think about the digital experience, some of the data points that you might want to think about are actual adoption of your existing systems, not just your HR system, but all of the tools that people come and use, what times of day, what ways in which they interact with those systems that help you form a really good picture and trends around the experience that they have when using the digital aspects of their experience.
Well, the first thing to do, I think, is probably just to raise awareness of people experience within the C-suite. I think it's easy to assume that all the executives know what employee experience is, but I think you'll find very quickly is that they intuitively understand that there are certain areas of the business where employees can have disproportionate impact. Have you got some ideas about that, Kat?
Yeah, and I think that linking it back to the employee value proposition as well, and thinking about what is it that we are promising our people, and how can we make sure that we're delivering on that in a way that then links back to those tangible business outcomes and productivity and engagement that are things that the C-suite will understand and terms that they'll resonate with. So that's just been a small snippet of what's to come in this burst. Make sure you follow us. Everything's on our website and our EX Revolution campaign, and follow us on LinkedIn.